Okay, so I've never done a video on this channel about New World, I don't think. I've done a couple of posts and stuff, one of them quite recently, but it is one of my absolute favourite games, especially in the MMO genre. I love it so much that I even made like a little diorama of an area in the game, because I get moments when I'm just like really obsessed with this game. It's just one of those ones, you know? And I was actually playing it last night when the news came through. At first I was in-game and there was like weird things happening in the chat, people going, I don't know why you're all playing a game that's going to be ending in a year, shut down in a year, and then there was all these weird arguments going on in the chat and stuff, and I didn't really understand why. And then I picked up my phone to check the time, and there was a notification from New World on Twitter, and that's when the reality set in, and I was absolutely devastated. It kind of put a damper on my night. I was in a bit of a mood then, from then on, to be honest, and I think a lot of people probably were. So if you're not caught up on what's happening, New World, about 2 weeks ago, released a brand new expansion, and it was incredible. It's so incredible that the servers were capped completely, quite similar to sort of when the game first released. You're talking queues of like, I think I seen Baggins on stream had a queue of about 7,000 people. For me, I think the most my queue got to was about 2,000 people. So there was a lot of complaints about not releasing more servers for people to play on. And even 2 weeks on, like yesterday I went on and I was still in a queue of 900 people. So the game is more popular than it's been in a really long time. And so obviously with the game going so well and so many people wanting to play, you don't have any sort of fear or doubts about the game ending or shutting down or anything. You think, oh wow, this is just getting better and better. And then they release this statement. So I'm not going to read it all. You've probably seen it and heard it read to you 1,000 times by now. But basically, what they're saying is, after 4 years of steady content updates and a major new console release, they've reached a point where it's no longer sustainable to continue supporting the game with content updates. And that this new season with Nighthaven, that's going to be the final content release for New World. But they've said in the coming months they're going to provide more details on what to expect and other essential information. And they've told us to rest assured that their intention is to keep the servers operating through 2026 so that we can continue our adventures in Eternum. And they've got some frequently answered questions here, like how long will I be able to play it? And they've said they're going to give us more details in the coming months, and they will provide a minimum of 6 months notice before making any changes that'll impact our ability to play. Which sounds like we're getting evicted. It sounds like, you know, you're given a 6 months notice before they shut the game down, basically. And are you sunsetting the game? They say not at this time. While New World won't be receiving content updates, servers will be live through 2026. So what I'm wondering is, there probably going to be no new seasons either, is there? Because you always look forward to like the season pass where you can sort of work your way through it and unlock all these new items and stuff. I imagine this is going to be the last one by the sounds of it, which is such a shame. But then obviously, if it's going to be shutting down in just over a year, then what is the point, I suppose? So yeah, you can still install the game, you can still use your in-game currency, you can still buy in-game currency, and obviously you can still buy the game, which is about £50. So it's quite an expensive game as it is. I can't see, that's on Xbox by the way, but I can't see people wanting to spend that. I don't know why, if they're doing this, they don't just make it free, because no one's really going to buy it now, are they? I think make the game free and let people buy this season pass and play it through and then, you know, get your money that way, because I think they'd probably make more money by doing that than trying to sell the game right now. Oh, as a note as well, I did check on the Xbox store, and there is a disclaimer. As soon as you go onto New World on the Xbox store, they have put all this information about it only running through 2026 in the Xbox store. So they've updated everything pretty much at the same time, which thank goodness, because, you know, that would have been awful. So then they go on to whether there's going to be bug fixes, server merges, etc. after Season 10. I say yes. While there'll be no content coming after Season 10, we will continue to keep the game running smoothly. And obviously, if they're paying for servers, they're going to want to merge them once that server population dies down a bit so that, you know, their outgoings are less, obviously. No refunds available for in-game money. You know, the marks of fortune, the in-game currency. And I just bought the game. Can I get a refund? Please check with customer support for the platform where you purchased New World for assistance. And I think that has actually been happening, because I watched Baggins' video yesterday about it, and he said it was like 39th on the most bought games on Steam, and it's dropped to like 50 now. So yeah, obviously that's dropped a lot. And this is the one that was a biggie for me because I want to keep playing it. I still haven't done everything in the game that I want to do. Will there be seasonal events, world bosses, and bonus weeks? World bosses, bonus weeks, and some seasonal events will continue, but there'll be no more holiday events. Now, I don't really know the difference. I've been playing it for about knocking on 800 hours now, and I still don't know the difference between seasonal events and holiday events. But I'm just glad that there's going to be some seasonal events, you know, and the bonus weeks and the world bosses. So I'm quite happy that that's going to still happen. So it's a weird one for me because it's one of those games where I play it insane. I go nuts on it for a whole season, and then I'll take a season or two off, and then I'll come back to it, and then I'll hammer it again, and then I'll take some time away from it. But I always know that what I've done during my playtime is working towards having the stuff that I'll need the next time I come back to play it, if that makes sense. So you always know it's kind of going to be there. It's the same with like Fallout and Ark. You kind of know that what you've built up will still be worth it because, you know, you'll have your little break, go play something else, and when you come back, that stuff that you've been working towards is still there, ready to go. But now it kind of feels like, oh yeah, but until when? Do you know what I mean? It's devastating. And I was talking about this with the Dino Lord last night because obviously I was a bit upset about the whole thing. He wasn't playing this, by the way. He won't come and play this with me. You could probably guess what game he was on, can't you? Yeah, it was Ark. It was Ark. It's pretty much always Ark, isn't it? So yeah, I was a bit upset, and we were wondering why, when it's at its busiest, have they decided to do this? Like 2 weeks after releasing one of the biggest content updates they've done, they decided no. And he said that maybe they're not making as much as, I mean, it's Amazon. Obviously, there's so many people on, and loads of people, like everyone's wearing store-bought outfits or season pass outfits and like colours that they've dyed their clothes that are colours that you can only buy with real money. So like everybody has spent a bit of money in this game. Pretty much everybody that you look at is, you know, got something that they've actually paid money for, whether it be in the season pass or in the store. And yet with a company that big, it's probably still not enough because they want to be where they're making sort of say hundreds of thousands, they want to be making millions, you know? And with them, like, I don't think the developers knew that this was going to happen. I don't think they knew they were going to be laid off after this. You watch the developers making their videos, you know, about what's coming in the game, and they're so enthusiastic and so excited. It's the nicest thing to watch. They are buzzing about it, and I really don't think they knew this was coming. We'll look at some of their tweets in a bit, but I think this is an Amazon decision. I think everybody knows that as well in the chat on the game. You could see everybody saying, you know, F Amazon, and saying how sad this is, you know? But yeah, I think Amazon wants to make more money, and I think that's why they didn't release more servers. When everyone was moaning and saying there's queues of thousands and thousands of people, please can you release more servers? And then they just didn't, where they could have, and then merged them. I think they didn't want to spend more money on it. Because if they'd have let that amount of people in, you know, the thousands of people that were queuing, that's more season passes to be sold, that's more in-game currency to be sold, outfits, whatever else you find in the store. So they could have made more money by doing that, but I think they'd already made this decision by then. Because if we look at Amazon's Twitter, oh god. Before we have a look at the developers' Twitter, we're going to have a look at Amazon, because last night I had to go and have a look at Amazon Game Studio after this. So I was like, have they actually said anything or not? And when I went there, this is what I've seen. Learn how Judge Snoop Dogg keeps his court, then summon your friends to play Courtroom Chaos on Amazon Luna. So this is what they're concentrating on. Snoop Dogg Courtroom Chaos. Which had 14 likes now. Weird, very weird. Because last night this had 4. I think they're getting people to like it because last night this had 4 and there was a really funny comment on here saying something like 3 likes, lol. But anyway, yeah, obviously people had I wasn't the only one with this idea. Other people had come straight here last night as well. Killed New World for this. This is dog shit. You want to spend your resources on instead of New World. You fired 15,000 people for this shit, by the way. Shutting down Amazon Game Studio for this dog shit AI. You will never get faithful fanbase ever again after this. F you, Amazon Game Studio. F you, Amazon Game Studios. Everybody is obviously devastated. This is awful. And look at this bullshit that they're releasing instead. So I did see somewhere, I think it might have been on Baggins' videos, he said that they have decided they're going to concentrate on AI instead of MMOs. So that's happening, which also makes me wonder about Throne and Liberty, which, what with Amazon being one of the publishers of it, and they've got happy 1 year anniversary, shared that, and then they've got Throne and Liberty on here. But I don't trust it now. Like, I'm not going to go and play that once New World closes because they've said that they're not going to concentrate on MMOs anymore. They're going to concentrate on AI stuff. So, I don't know what to do, but I lost a bit of enthusiasm yesterday. But then I woke up this morning and wanted to play New World again, so probably, I mean, let me know what you guys are going to do if you play it. I know a lot of people on this channel, I don't even know if you play New World or not, you know, because I mainly make content about like Ark, Fallout, just whatever I'm playing at the time, but I've never made content on New World. And even though I've got quite a lot of hours into it, I just don't make content on it because I don't really know the game. Do you know what I mean? Even after almost 800 hours, I don't feel like I know it enough to make videos on it. I just kind of play it and enjoy it, and I'm still always sort of, it's still very confusing to me, you know what I mean? There's so much to know in it, and I wanted to I kind of assumed that it was one of those games that I'd be playing for years and years to come and still be learning more as I'm going. But obviously that's not going to happen now, and it's very sad. So anyway, on my news feed on X, there was this from Katie. This has been one of the greatest honours of my life to lead the New World dev team. The talent and creativity in this group is unmatched, and it has been a privilege to join you all. It's quite sad, isn't it? And then Joshua Stubbles, after nearly 7 years at Amazon Games, I've unfortunately found myself in the midst of a layoff. I got to work on some fantastic projects with some amazing developers and truly appreciate the time I had there. There is also a petition. If I find that, I will link it. I don't know what good it's going to do, but yeah, there is a petition to reinstate Amazon Games Studios New World Eternum team. So if you're interested in signing that, like I said, I don't know if it's going to make much of a difference, but there is a petition there if you want to sign it. But you're really sad for the devs, really sad for the players. Obviously good news for Amazon and their weird Snoop Dog game, apparently. And I'd really like to know what you guys think about this, so let me know in the comments. And I still want to play it, like, you know, because I still haven't even done Gorgons or Worm. I tried them last week for the first time, and like we failed because it was like just a random crew of people just having a go at something. And I know you need to be a lot more organised for them, but I still haven't done that. I've never done an M3 dungeon. You know, M2 is the hardest I've done, so I've got a lot of stuff that I want to do. I still want to get my gear score. I want all pieces of gear up as high as I can. So I'm still going to be playing it. I still haven't finished this season's pass, but I'm really gutted. I am gutted. Also, yeah, okay. So also recommendations of any MMOs that are similar, because there is no MMO like New World. I need some recommendations of other MMOs because I always like to have an MMO going at any point in time. Like I have a few different games. I play Ark quite a lot, and then I have Fallout, which I'm on and off with. And then I always like to have a sort of an MMO to come back to and work through now and again. You know, it's just one of those things I like to have. I've tried Black Desert. I played Neverwinter, Bless Unleashed, loved them all, but nothing was quite as good as New World. The combat maybe it's because I really like Souls games as well, so the combat sort of resonates with me. There's something about it. I can't explain it. It's just, it feels like a more modernized MMO. The other ones sort of feel a bit dated in comparison, in my view. So if you know of any ones that you think, knowing that about me now, if there's any other MMOs that you think I might enjoy, that I can play on Xbox, by the way, it has to be on Xbox, otherwise I won't play it, because I like to sit on the sofa to play games. I don't want to be at a desk. So if you think there's any MMOs that match that criteria, let me know in the comments, please. And then, yeah, give us your thoughts on this game, this amazing game shutting down. Thank you if you listened all the way through to me rambling. Give us a like and consider subscribing. And I will see you all in the next one. Have a great day, guys. Take care.
Get the bell on.